So hello everyone. So this series will be focused on prelim centric. I'll be analyzing questions, mock test question paper from question number 150, and I'll be analyzing each and every question. So let's get the video started. First question: which book is considered as the first book of law in India? So the the answer is Manusmriti. Manusmriti is considered as the first law of a book of law in India, and this was provided in the Rig Vedas. Next, the power of the president to promulgate ordinance is a so the power of the president to promulgate ordinance is a part of his legislative power, which is provided under Article 123 of the Constitution. So, what is ordinance making power? Ordinance making power means the power of the president to make laws in the absence of the parliament. And for in case of governor, it is provided under Article 213 of the Constitution. Next, who was the first Portuguese governor to abolish the practice of sati? So the person to abolish the sati was Alfonso Albuquerque, who was the third governor general of the Portuguese governor. Next, question number 4. After Bangladesh, India shares longest boundary with which country? So the first country is Bangladesh, which India shares 4096 kilometers boundary with India. And the second is China, which shares around 3900 kilometer. So the second longest boundary India shares with is China, and the smallest is with Afghanistan of around 43 kilometers. Next, the most positive effect of green revolution is on which crop? So the most positive effect of green revolution is on wheat. So we know that the green revolution was introduced because of the drought and because of the lesser productivity of the Indian crops. So the father of the Indian green revolution was also termed as Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Next, who has been named as AIF World Football of the Year? My first question, and this answer is Nongobam Bala Devi. Next, the Maratha Peshwa at the time of the third battle of Panipat was the third battle of Panipat was fought, and the Maratha Peshwa was Balaji Bajirao, which was fought in 1761. Next, which country became the first to adopt unified payment interface standards for its quick response code? So this was Bhutan. Bhutan was the first country to adopt UPI interface. Next, the first G20 ministerial conference on women empowerment was hosted by. So it was hosted by Italy, and India was represented by the Minister of Women and Child Development, Mrs. Smriti Irani. Next, the judge of a high court is appointed. So both the judges of the high court and the Supreme Court are appointed by the president. So in appointing the high court judges, the president must consult the chief justice of the concerned high court, the Supreme Court chief justice, and the governor of the state concerned for the appointment of the judges of the Supreme High Court. Next, Jahangir built the Shalimar Bagh. So the Shalimar Bagh was a monument which was a garden which was built by Jahangir in the memory of his wife Nur Jahan at Srinagar. Next, Godwin Austen, the highest highest mountain peak of India is located in which range? So it is located in the Karakoram range. How this question is wrong, because the highest peak in India is Kanchenjunga, which is the third highest peak in the world, and it is located at Sikkim. And Karakoram range forms part of the Trans Himalayas or the Tethys Himalayas. Next, the figure of national income is based on the financial year. So the financial starts from 1st of April and it ends in 31st of March. Padma Shri awardee Fatima Rafiq Zakaria, who passed away recently due to COVID-19, was a well-known. So she was a well-known journalist. Next, who was the first governor of India? So the first governor of India was Francois Caron. One side note is that the French was the last European power to come to India. Next, River Ganga rises from the Gangotri Glacier in Uttarakhand. So the River Ganga rises from the Gangotri Glacier, and the two rivers, the two rivers Alakananda and Bhagirathi, converge together to form the Ganga. And this meeting point is also known as the Devaprayag. So consider the place as this is the Gangotri. So from one glacier, the river will come, and from another glacier will come. So two rivers Alakananda and Bhagirathi converge together at Devaprayag at one place, and the resulting river is known as the river Ganga. So this is located at Uttarakhand. The last Governor General of India was Lord Canning, and Lord Canning was also known as the first Viceroy of India after the Government of India Act of 1858. After the First War of Indian Independence, the position of the Governor General of India was finally known as the Viceroy of India, and Lord Canning was the first Governor General. The leader of opposition is given the rank of a cabinet minister. In the famous Battle of Haldighati, the Mughals under Akbar defeated the Rajputs under Rana Pratap Singh. So the Mughals under Akbar was led by Akbar, and he defeated Rana Pratap Singh in the Battle of Haldighati in 1576. Next, Tungabhadra is a tributary of. So the Tungabhadra Dam is located in the Tungabhadra River, and this is a tributary of River Krishna. One of the main reasons for the failure of the fourth 5-year plan. The fourth 5-year plan was occurred in 1969 to 74, and during that time, the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971 occurred. And as a result of Bangladesh Liberation War, there was exodus of migration from Bangladesh to India, and this was the reason for the failure of the fourth 5-year plan. Also, so the answer is number C. Which of the following provide red color in tomato? So the red color in the tomato is provided by lycopene. Carotene is provided for provides orange color in carrots. Krishna Devi Raya political ideas were contained in his Telugu work Amukta Malyada, or the Garland of Pearls. Next, the correct chronology of the states represented in the Lok Sabha is: first is Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Bihar. So the option is B. Next, so choose the incorrect river. So the answer is Shiva Samudram. So Shiva Samudram is not located in the river Krishna. It is while the remaining answer is correct. Kunjikal is the highest waterfall, which is located in the river Varani. Gerasaba, or the Jog Falls, is located in Sharavati River, and Chachai River waterfalls is located in Bihar in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Next, Jahangir composed his memoir Tuzuk-i-Babari in the Persian language. To be noted, Babur also wrote his autobiography Tuzuk-i-Babari, and it was written in Turkish because the descendants of Mughals belong to the tribe called Chiktai Turk. So naturally, Babur wrote his autobiography in Turkish. However, from the time of Akbar changed the language from Turkish to Persian, and it was used until Lord William Bentinck changed the court language of India from Persian to English. The final draft of the 5-year plan was launched by D.B. Dar. So D.B. Dar was the person who drafted the 5-year plan. Garner Mandel was the person who wrote Asian drama. And next, the most abundant metal on this earth is aluminium. because on the surface of the earth, gold, the crust, silicon, and aluminum is the most abundant mineral found on the earth's crust. Since silicon is not a metal, aluminum is a metal, so aluminum is the correct answer. Next, the Bahmani emperor who was given the title of Zalim for his cruelty work was. So the answer is Humayun Shah Bahmani, and he was given the title of Zalim. The beneficiary of the Farakar project on the river Ganga is. So the Farakar project is a latest river project, and it was inaugurated in the West Bengal district, West Bengal state. So West Bengal is naturally the beneficiary state. Shaji, the father of Shivaji, was a Jaigir of. So Shaji, who was the father of Shivaji, was the Jaigir of Pune, and Shivaji inherited the Jaigir of Pune from Shaji. Which amendment made the proclamation of emergency by the president immune from judicial review? So the proclamation of emergency immune from judicial review was given by the 42nd Amendment of 1976. If you look at the other option, the 44th Amendment changed all the changes that was made by the 42nd Amendment, and the 4th Constitution Amendment is very important because this amended Article 368, providing that the Parliament can amend even the fundamental rights. Next, communal awards was announced by Sir Prime Minister of Britain, Ramsay MacDonald, and he announced it in August 16 of 1932. Next, India contains nearly touch of the total population in the world. So India contains 1/6 of the total population of the world. Next, Nehru Mahalanobis model of economic development was based on. So Nehru was the prime minister after India's independence, and Mahalanobis was the person who formulated the second five-year plan, and together they developed a model of economic development in which the state will control the entire economy. So it is called the state controlled economy. And mixed economy was only ratified during the prime ministership of Indira Gandhi. Next, in which act of the British India allowed Christian missionaries to spread the religion in India? So the Charter Act of 1813 provided to allow Christian missionaries to spread the religion in India. Next, Firoz Shah Tughlaq built the city of Jaunpur in the memory of. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq built the city of Jaunpur in the memory of his cousin Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and this is located in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Next, National Rural Health Mission was launched in 2005. It was launched to provide medical services, especially in poor regions of India, and to develop the health sector of India. Next, the protein which helps in the clotting of blood is fibrin, also known as fibrinogen. So fibrinogen is responsible for which helps in the clotting of blood, whereas melanin is a skin color tone. Keratin is a protein that is present in our nails, hairs, etc. And heparin is a medicine which is provided in case of heart attacks to prevent clotting of blood. Next, laterite salts are red in color because of high content of iron oxide. Next, who is known as the father of communal electorate? So the father of communal electorate was Lord Minto, following the acts of the Morley-Minto reform of 1909, which provided for separate electorate for both for Hindus, Muslims, Christians, etc. So the viceroy during the time was Lord Minto, and he is known as the father of communal electorate. Lord Hardinge is famous for the Gandhi-Hardinge talks of 1921, and Lord Reading is responsible for the Gandhi-Reading talks of 1921, and Lord Hardinge is responsible for shifting the capital from Calcutta to Delhi in 1911. Next, Chetak was Maharana Pratap Singh's famous. So Chetak was a horse which was used by Maharana Pratap Singh, and he is a contemporary of Akbar. Next, Jawaharlal Nehru has referred the which project as the temples of modern India? So Jawaharlal Nehru has termed the multi-purpose river projects or the dams as the temples of modern India because they provide a multitude of benefits like providing electricity, providing water, providing livelihood from fishing, and many other purposes. So Jawaharlal Nehru termed this as the temples of modern India. Simon Commission appointed in 1927 placed its report in 1930, and as a result of this, the report of the Simon Commission led to the formulation of the Government of India Act of 1935. So we can say that the Government of 19 Act of 1935 obtained its recommendation from the Simon Commission report, which was placed in 1930. The word atom has been derived from the Greek word atomia, which means indivisible. Before the discovery of protons, electrons, and neutrons, it was believed that the smallest unit of the element is atom, which cannot be destroyed. So this was derived from the word atomio from the Greek word, which means indivisible, and it was first proposed by John Dalton. However, this theory was proved wrong. Next, the density of water is maximum. So the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. So density of water increases when the molecular structure of the water changes. So when water shifts its temperature from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, there's a change in the molecular structure of the atom. That is, in the molecular structure of the water molecule, that is H2O, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So as a result of change in the temperature, the shape of the water molecule changes, and this results in the change in the density, and the maximum density of the water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. Next, in the economic terminology, this investment relates to. So what is this investment? For example, this investment is a process in which a government sells off the shares of its company for financing its deficit budget. So in short, it means selling off some part of the government share. So this is option B, that is decrease in government share in public sector. So with this, the video has completed. I'll be completing the 200 question one by one. So thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.